Hello and welcome back to the Hammer Cline Universe. We got some more high school football alliance action here tonight. The Southwest Titans, 2-2 on the season, taking on the 3-1 Southeast Raiders. Raiders coming in with the #1 defense in all of high school, and the Titans with the #1 offense. So it should be a really interesting matchup. I am joined in the booth by my colleague Liam Hammer. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. Looking forward to this offensive versus defensive battle between these two teams. I mean, we've been looking forward to this ever since the Raiders kind of surprised us on the map of the teams out there. We didn't expect their defense to be this good, and they have really surprised us talent-wise on defense. I mean, they've shut down basically everyone that they face, and there's not many teams more explosive than the Titans. So, just a perfect matchup for us this week.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to win? The electric offense or the stonewall defense? Even in the Raiders' only loss this season, they only allowed 14 points to Pacific in week 1. So they're not giving up a lot of points. The most they've given up all season was 23 against a pretty electric offense in Northwest in the Cobras. That was a 28-23 win back in week 2. But the Titans, I mean, they know how to put up some points. 34 in week 1. 27 in week 2's loss against International. They beat Northeast 24-14. And then they put up 40 points in a loss to the undefeated Lions of South Central. So it should be a lot of fireworks here tonight for the Titans offense or the Raiders defense.
To all that talk about the strengths of these two teams, but we're going to see their weaknesses first. Southeast offense come out on the field, which is one of the worst offenses in the league. Not necessarily to the fault of their own. They've had a lot of injuries. Southwest on the other side, their defense hit or miss this season. Gave up 42 last week. What do you expect from them?
Well, I mean, you mentioned the Raiders offense. They're actually not one of the worst. They are the worst when it comes to yards output. So definitely keep an eye on that. Southwest defense is ranked 4th so far. So they're middle of the road.
First down run to Cameron Davis. That's game 4. And he's going to be a key aspect of this offense. Obviously was up for HCU Press Player of the Week for week 3, and he almost won. He was a vote away from winning. Fell to Zach Barr's performance. What do you expect out of him tonight?
Well, if they want to win this game, they got to get him going. I don't really know. We haven't seen Jasper Ives carry the team to a win yet this season. It's mostly been, riding the backs of the defenders. So they're going to need to get Cameron Davis going early and see if he can have himself a big game. The Titans' rush defense is the worst in high school football. They're allowing 124 yards rushing per game. So this should be, a perfect storm here for Cameron Davis today. If this O-line can open up some lanes for him.
Yeah, they struggled, had their hands full with Laverne Jewell last week. Handoff to Davis here on 3rd down is going to be short. Bad play design. And Hunt unit's going to come out. Cody Travis in the chat, welcome. Good to see you. Also, Eric, good to see you too. Cody asking, when is the championship? Well, we are in week 5. There's an 8-week season and then playoffs. So 14 playoffs. So there's 2 weeks of playoffs. So we're about, what's that? What's math? 6, 7, 8 playoffs. 4 weeks from championship game?
All right, so next week is going to be week 6. Then we got week 7 and 8 playoffs. And so 5 weeks from now, we will have the championship game.
And then we will have your players. We'll actually probably opening up player submissions before that. But after that, we're going to have the CFA Season 1, which I am looking forward to immensely. That's going to be extraordinarily fun.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait for that, too. That's the thing I've been looking forward to the most, I think.
It's good to see Fletcher Gross, who is one of the best quarterbacks in high school football right now. If not the best, a lot of people would say he's the best. Offensive performance, though, to see how he can do his first throw is going to be to Eddie Poole out of the backfield for a gain of 7. What do you think the key is here for the Titans offense unlocking this Raiders defense?
Well, protect the football. Don't make any bonehead mistakes. Gross threw 2 picks last week in that loss to the Lions. I mean, the Lions defense is just disgusting when it comes to takeaways. But, I mean, the Raiders, they're #2 in takeaways with 8 coming into this game. So you got to protect that football.
2nd and 7 here for Gross. Gonna step up under pressure. Going to go down for the sack. Roosevelt Holland there to bring him down.
Yeah, 2 plays on defense so far for the Raiders, and Holland has both of the tackles. And, I mean, he is definitely one of the most standout players on that defensive line. Last week, here's an interesting stat. He had 2 pass deflections from that defensive end spot.
3rd and 12 now. 4 receiver set for the Titans. Going to step up. Under pressure. He throws, tosses up a duck out of bounds, and that's going to be another 3 and out. This time forced by the Raiders defense. Cody Travis asking if we're doing a season 2 of it. Yes, we will be doing season 2 of high school football. The work in progress plan is to hopefully bring in high school football at the same time as season 1 of CFA. So we'll have CFA, high school football run simultaneously, and then the pro league after that in the off season, and go like that. Well, obviously, things may change over time, but yeah, we're going to be doing hopefully multiple seasons of all this. We want to forever into perpetuity. Eric saying playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs. I need to get that clip. I was going to get it set up, and the clip's too long to just use the whole thing, so I need to go into edit it in and edit down to just that little bit, and I'm going to put it up on the screen whenever we talk about playoffs.
I like it.
Yeah, Cody, just stick around. Keep watching. We'll have some information about how to get your player, or you can join our Discord for more information on that too. But yeah, we'll make sure to let you know when that is open. Under pressure, Ives going to go down for a sack. They felt a little left out after the Raiders got a sack in their last drive.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, both defenses come into play so far. I feel like I just don't even remember how many drives of offense have happened because there's just been 3 and outs. And that was just great pressure right up the middle. Who was that? Number 95 for the Titans. That's Martin Robertson, the defensive tackle, pretty much coming through unblocked. And that's a loss of 4. So that's, 2 sacks already in this game, 1 for each team.
2nd and 14 now for Ives and this Raiders offense. Haven't seen Ives sling the ball yet. Ives going to throw outside, caught, and that's first catch of the day, and it's going to go for 2 yards. Yeah, I need to edit that clip up a little bit, Eric, just so I can get it quickly up there. It's great. It's perfect. I'm going to use that. Cody, the top of the description, there's the link to our Discord. You can join there, and we have pick'ems and stuff like that. And information.
Just do all the things.
Click all the buttons. Hit the like. Hit subscribe.
I think it's safe to say he's subscribed.
Send Klein a nice message.
Oh my goodness.
Penalty flag, free play, out route going to be tipped up, caught off the deflection. The most unnecessarily exciting play you'll see tonight.
You'd love to see it, though. I mean, finally we see Ryan Carter do something. I mean, he had 5 catches last week, but only 22 yards, so he was not much of an impact for the Raiders in that 20-10 win over the Comets. But, I mean, really none of the receivers have been. Willie Morse, the tight end, was the go-to guy last week. 5 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, they're really struggling to throw the football. They're only averaging 205 yards passing per game, which is dead last in the Alliance.
Thank you for linking me those clips, Eric. I think I'll get them for next week. I don't think I can do it midstream, but I'll get them for next week. So I'd better get them when it comes down to playoff time. We'll just start every stream with that. Throw across the middle is going to be tipped away, and it's going to be 4th down for the Raiders. So we talked about the defense of the Raiders, but how about the defense of this Titans?
I think I mentioned this last week or the week before, but the Titans defense, they're sneakily good. They have the #1 pass defense in high school. So, and they're 4th overall in yards allowed, giving up 347 per game, just 222 passing yards per game.
Last week, obviously, they ran into Laverne Jewell, who scored 5 total touchdowns. Just an absolutely brilliant performance, and proceeded not to win Player of the Week.
And the player that did win Player of the Week, we've already seen him here today, Lewin Witherspoon. He had the hat trick for interceptions, first player to do that in high school football. So definitely deserving. It was a really tough vote in the Discord. Eric, I don't think you're actually in the Hammer Cline Discord, buddy. You're just in mine.
That's why you need to click all the links.
Click them all.
1st and 10 for the Titans offense. 5 down linemen for the Raiders. They're going to throw out of this formation. A little screen pass. That's to Rocky Payne. Spins out. One would-be tackler on his way to an 8-yard gain.
Yep, Rocky Payne. Nice to see him get in on the action. He had 9 carries, 52 yards last week, but he also fumbled the football, which, that was a crucial turnover as the Lions only beat him by 2 points. So maybe if he doesn't fumble that, I'm pretty sure it was in the red zone or near it as well. So big time loss of that fumble.
Handoff up the middle to Poole, and there's nothing doing there. This Raiders defense so good on the ground, one of their strengths, and this Titans team not an electric rushing offense at all.
Yeah, we have the number 5 rushing offense in the Titans today, taking on the number 2 rush defense of the Raiders. And, I mean, this front 7 is just disgustingly good for the Raiders. It's so hard. I don't know if we've seen really anybody make a big run against them this season. That was nearly picked off. Who was that? Number 26? That was Lewin Witherspoon, who had the hat trick last week. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Titans.
I'm slightly confused by your question there, Cody Travis, but I think what you're asking is who am I? And I'm Hammer. The second half, well, one half of the Hammer Cline universe. Punt is going to be away as we've had defense to start this game. I'll see which offense is going to break through. It's kind of funny. It's like we have the best defense versus the best offense, and then the worst offense versus one of the worst defenses. And it's just a kind of a funny combination of these two teams to meet.
Yeah, I really expect the Raiders to come out and run the football. Like I've mentioned before, the Titans with the worst rush defense in the league. So they got to get Cameron Davis going. They're averaging 70 yards rushing a game, which is 4th. But I'd like to see them give Davis more carries. He only had 15 last week for 70 yards and a score.
1st and 10. Ives going to drop back, throws a deep right side, almost picked off. He was trying to go for Owens and incomplete. It was covered by Burnell.
Yeah, Aaron Burnell, the number 2 corner, was just right there, just waiting. He's got his eyes on the quarterback. Look at him. Turns his head. Perfectly played ball right there by the corner, and not a really great throw. We haven't really seen him have a lot of accuracy past like 20, 25 yards.
Eric saying, imagine the comedic gold of Jim Moore coached the Browns or Lions during their 0-16 seasons. That would have been just beautiful.
I just hope we can win a game.
The quotes we would have had from that.
Oh, man.
2nd and 10, Ives across the middle to Willie Morris, and that's going to be the longest pass of the day for the Raiders. And that man needs to be a major point of this game if the Raiders are going to win.
Yeah, Willie Morris, he's been Ives' favorite target this season. I mean, he's had the biggest games for these receivers. Of course, the Raiders, they lost their number 1 receiver, Jermaine Ackerman, on the first play of the season, I feel like, and they've been struggling to find him number 1 ever since. But Willie Morris is filling in for that spot pretty nicely when he's on.
That's the question, when he's on. Ives going to throw across the middle, and right now Willie Morris is on wide open across the middle for 1st down, and the longest drive we've had so far tonight is going to go to the Raiders. They get across midfield.
I know, it's just wild. What a crazy turn of events here as we're at the 42-yard line, guys. Can they get past the 40?
Electric offense. 1st and 10, they're stacking the box. See what the Raiders are going to run. They're going to run it. Davis going to get hit in the backfield. Lose 3, and that's going to bring up 2nd and long.
And I believe that was Watson Gray, and it was number 64 with a really nice tackle there on the running back. He had a fantastic week 4. He had 7 tackles, 2 assisted, 1 tackle for loss. He had the first ever pick 6 for a linebacker in high school football alliance history. So, fantastic day for him, and he's looking to improve on it here.
2nd and 13, handoff up the middle again. Stuffed. Titans defense coming to play right now.
Yeah, and was that Watson Gray again? It was. This dude is everywhere. The outside linebacker just shooting the gap, and nobody blocks him. I mean, you cannot leave Cameron Davis one-on-one with one of the best linebackers in the country.
3rd and 14. We'll see what they run. 4 receivers set. See if this drive is going to end as quickly as it started. Ives, good protection, going to throw right side. He has his man going to be caught down the field to the 21-yard line and just found the soft spot in the zone and a nice gain.
Yeah, that was Eric Owens. I mentioned him at the start of this broadcast. You know, he was injured for most of last week's game against International. It didn't really come back to bite the Raiders in the end as they won by 10 points, but Only one catch, 6 yards. So it's good to see him get involved early here in this ball game.
Eric asking, why no audible? That's a good question. I think he's talking about the play where Davis got blown up in the backfield.
I guess Ives is just a little bit blind to that left side of the field.
He's going to have to be a little bit better as we're about to be inside the red zone for the Raiders now. Handoff up the middle to Davis, who's going to break a tackle and get about 4 yards, but we have a penalty. I think this is going to be on the Titans.
Let's see what Ref 62 has for us.
Could be holding.
Could be.
Be face mask on the Titans. I did say I thought it was going to be on the Titans. I don't exactly know where that face mask was.
It was on Hugh Thornton, the defensive tackle, number 94. I didn't quite see a face mask either, but free yards for the Raiders, and this is what the Titans wanted to avoid, is mental mistakes. You don't want to help out an offense that's already struggling to get yards this season.
Rare play, a 1st and 1.
Beautiful.
Oh, at the 11, a 1-1-1-1. And they're going to try to hand off. Ives broken play. Tries to go for the first down himself and is going to get lucky to get back to the line. Man, that could have been disaster.
Yeah, it was Drake Corbin with immediate pressure off the edge. And I don't know what's going on with the offensive line, but they need to figure it out quick. Their quarterback and running back are going to get real acquainted with the turf here today.
2nd and 1 now. We're going to be toss play to Davis. He has some blockers. Left side, touchdown, Cameron Davis.
Yeah, really good blocking. Fantastic play call by the head coach. I mean, Bart John, fantastic play call. But look at the blocking here on the left side. You got your fullback out there, left guard pulled, left tackles out there. And there's not a whole lot of people that are going to catch Cameron Davis out in the open field. So really great play. And now Davis with his 4th touchdown in the past 3 weeks.
Welcome in, Tyler. Rocky, good to see you. Yeah, odd. You don't get to see 1st and 1 too often. The Raiders take the lead first after a nice drive by them. Just kind of methodically moving down the field. And I could be wrong, but did they have an incomplete pass on that drive?
I don't believe they did. I think they hit Morse a couple times. They hit Eric Owens on the sideline. They got some help with a penalty, and the rest was either broken plays or a Cameron Davis touchdown.
Titans looking to respond after falling into an early hole. They fell. They weren't down at all to South Central in the beginning. They did end up losing the lead, and they were down 10. They were up 10-0 to South Central last week, weren't they?
Yeah, but the Lions. I mean, it doesn't matter who they're facing this season. They've always just found a way. One play, just a broken play, gives them all the momentum, and they never look back. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the one to topple South Central, if anybody does. But we'll have a nice little test next week as our very own Southeast Raiders will be traveling to take on the Lions.
1st and 10, Fletcher Gross is going to hand it off to Eddie Poole. He's going to get blown up in the backfield. Run game for both these teams have struggled for the most part. Do you think that it's something the Titans should keep trying to pursue, or do you think they should abandon it?
I don't know if they should just full-on abandon the run game. This is a really tough defense to run against, but, I mean, you have Fletcher Gross, who is currently the number 1 prospect in the country. Let him do what he does best. Let him throw the football to the number 1 and number 2 receivers in the nation.
2nd and 14. Gross going to drop back to throw out route. That's the first time we're going to call the name of Clay Kersley. He gets out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Kersley last week in that loss to the Lions had 11 catches, 116 yards, had a touchdown along with 51 and 12 targets. So 11 catches on 12 targets. One of them was a drop. So every single time that Gross threw it his way, it got to him.
Another 3rd down for this Titans offense who struggled to get off their feet so far in this game. Don't even know if they have a 1st down. Gross under pressure. It's going to go down once again.
Wow.
Pressure again. Curtis Rhodes this time gets him down.
Yeah, Curtis Rhodes, I mean, what a beast at defensive tackle. And it's really tough. Look at that bull rush. I mean, the left guard for the Titans, I didn't see the number. That might have been Stan Stye. but he got absolutely flattened. And, I feel pretty bad for the right guard as well because they have to go up against Dre Raines, who has been an absolute monster this season. And the defensive ends are nasty too.
Punt is away, and this Titans offense has nothing to do against this Raiders defense. Durango on the return going to get it near the 50, and the Raiders offense is going to come back on the field.
Yep, and if I'm the head coach, Bart John, for Southeast, I'm just going to keep plugging away, give the ball off to Cameron Davis, let him try to find some openings. And you don't have to force anything with Ives. I mean, you don't really have a number one receiver. Technically, you've got a bunch of number twos and slot guys out there at the moment. So just keep going to your playmaker at halfback.
First down and 10. Ives drops back across the middle, picked off. And that's Watson Gray who picked it off this time. And the Titans going to get their best field position of the day.
Man, what a great play by the linebacker. He ran the route for the number 2 tight end for the Raiders, which was, I think, Lowell Gates. But like I said, you have to go to Davis. Don't try to win this game with your quarterback, especially your defense is playing fantastic. And now you just gave the momentum right to the Titans. Watson Gray is second pick in the last 2 weeks.
At midfield's where they're going to start Gross out route, and that's how they're going to get their other big-time target involved, Tyron Trent.
Yep, nice 6-yard pickup for him. He had kind of a quiet day against the Lions, just 6 catches on 8 targets for 77 yards. He also had a drop, so we saw the number 1 receiver in the country, number 2 receiver in the country, both dropped the ball last week. Maybe if the Titans cleaned up that game a little bit, negated the drops and some of the penalties and turnovers, maybe they win against the Lions.
Swing pass to Rocky Payne, not going to work. And try to get Kearsley as a blocker, didn't quite work out how they planned it. That's going to do that for the end of the first quarter. A quick first quarter here in Southeast. The Raiders lead 7-0. But the Titans have the ball past midfield, trying to get their best drive of the day going.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen them try to test the field. They haven't thrown it deep one time just yet. They've been attacking some out routes, some really short out routes. But when you're going up against a defense that has a guy like Brett Awoma and Lewin Witherspoon out there, it's really hard to get confidence in your young quarterback to even try to test them.
3rd and 4. Gross going to drop back and throw under pressure across the middle. Going to be caught. And I believe that's the first down of the day for the Titans. Eric Bradley on the reception.
Yeah, the number 2 tight end going out there, making a nice little catch there for the Titans. Let's see, what did Bradley do? Bradley actually had a pretty big game against the Lions. 5 catches, 51 yards on 7 targets, but he also had a drop. So, a case of the dropsies for the Titans last week.
1st and 10, Gross drops back, quick throw to Kearsley, and that's going to turn up field for a first down. They're going to give it to him. Welcome to the chat, Stefan Forge, good to see you. Saying a bunch of crap at wide receiver, harsh criticism.
That's tough. I mean, when their number 1 receiver goes down basically on the first play of the season, for the season, it's really tough. You don't really have an identity out there in the receiving corps.
1st and 10 now for Fletcher Gross. Gonna drop back, throw a quick swing to Rocky Payne. He's gonna spin out 1 guy, spin out 2, but there's a 3rd guy there to bring him down. So not much, only 3.
Yeah, really exciting 3-yard reception though for Rocky with a nice 2 spin moves there. I like that they're getting him involved in the passing game. I think that's his 3rd catch already on swing passes. Maybe he'll end up breaking one of these times.
2nd and 7. They're going to hand off to Rocky Payne up the middle. Nothing there. Curtis Rhodes on the tackle.
Yeah, Curtis is having a great game. 2 tackles for a loss already. Had that sack. And I believe Roosevelt Holland also has a sack. And Dre Raines is getting pressure up the middle. It's so tough to do anything against this defensive line. And even if you get past them, the second level with the linebackers, it's just another brick wall after brick wall.
3rd and 8. Gross, good protection. Throws across the middle. First down to the 6. Tyron Trent.
Yeah, that was a big mismatch there. The Raiders, for some reason, had Walter Coates lined up on the number 2 receiver in the nation. Walter Coates, fantastic linebacker. Don't get me wrong, he's great in pass coverage. but if I'm the head coach, I take that out of the playbook completely. You never want your middle linebacker going up against a speedster like Tyron Trent.
First and goal from the 6, going to hand it off. Left side, falls forward. Not much there, though. Fawn Ford clarifying that his joke was a poop emoji joke.
Bruh. Oh, my goodness. Wow. All right, second and goal coming up from the 6-yard line as they spotlight Brett Iwoma, number 1 corner, number 1 DB in the land.
Second and goal for Gross, who has 2 backs in the backfield, 1 tight end in the field, 2 receivers on the field. To see where they go on this play, probably. Let that clock tick down. They're going to throw it to the running back, Eddie Poole, who's not going to be able to get there. Only gain of 3. Good contained by Lopez and the cornerback on the play.
Yeah, Dexter Lopez with a fantastic one-on-one tackle. That was a great block by Tyron Trent on the corner, too. So, I mean, Poole only had to make one guy miss. Just couldn't quite do it.
Third and goal. Looks like man coverage at the top of the screen. See where they go on this play. Gross. Quick drop. Throws. It's going to be out of the backfield. Close to the sticks. Touchdown. Wow. The fullback gets in. Napoleon Queen just managed to stick the football across. The fans here in Southeast not happy about it. Cokes couldn't keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah, he did his best, though. I mean, what a battle. That's a really good fullback in Napoleon Queen going up against, I believe, the number 1 middle linebacker in high school football right now. And just met right at the goal line. But Queen able to reach it over the line. And we're going to see an extra point here from Bond, Stanford Bond.
The best kicker. Best onside kicker. Onside kicker in high school football. We've only seen like 2, but bad snap, but it was held well enough, and the kick is up. Tie game here in Southeast, 7-7, with 7:27 left to go in the second quarter.
All right, there's too many 7s. Stop it. All right, hopefully the Raiders can get Cameron Davis going again, because that last drive, I mean, that was real tough. I was just throwing it right to Watson Gray. Just great coverage. So hopefully Ives can shake it off for this Raiders offense.
Durango going to bring this one back and level at the 37. He had some return going there. Mr. Ford's hand, Gross with a tasty toss for the touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Got it, Eric.
Oh, man. Take it easy, Eric.
First.
There's more 7s. They're at the 37 now. See what you did?
37 with 7:23 to go in the first half. Yeah, Eric, I have to get up early on Saturday, so I'm feeling my tiredness preemptively. Cameron Davis spins out of a tackle, and he was about to be gone, but manages to get tackled good, contained there from the Titans defense.
Yeah, Taylor Wallace, the defensive end, number 91, saved a touchdown, I think. There was great blocking out in the secondary. The receivers doing their job out there for Davis, but Wallace, great effort from the big man.
2nd and 5 now for Jasper Ives. He's going to throw it. Swings it out to Cameron Davis, who has some space down the field to the 43 he goes, where he's going to get laid out. I can't speak right now, but man, the big hits right now.
Yeah, I mean, these teams, I guess they just hate each other because they're just throwing their bodies at each other. That was Irv Street, who just had no regards for his own body. Look at this hit. Oh, my goodness. Right in front of his bench, too, getting his teammates fired up on the sideline.
He's lucky he didn't hurt his own guy there with how he came in on that hit.
Yeah, kind of a helmet-to-helmet situation there with the linebacker. That's a little scary.
Ives to throw again. Good protection again. Throws it down to Cameron Davis, who's going to try to get some yards, only gets back to the line of scrimmage. But, you live to fight another day.
Yeah, I don't hate the check down there. I mean, get back to the line of scrimmage. You didn't force the pass downfield to an open receiver. But, again, you got to go back to the ground game. Davis, he found an opening a couple plays ago, nearly broke free for a touchdown. Keep going back to him.
2nd down and 10 now for Jasper Ives. under pressure. Going to throw out route, and that's going to be a gain of 4. He got it to Roosevelt Horton.
Yep, Horton, I believe that's his second catch today. Look at the outstanding passing numbers here tonight, folks. Nobody is over 70 yards passing, which is something that neither of us really thought was going to happen, especially with a quarterback like Fletcher Gross, who is averaging 380 passing yards per game this season.
3rd and 6 now for Ives. Good protection again. Plenty of time. Throws it deep. Incomplete. Knocked away.
Pass interference.
But they're going to call pass interference. I don't know about that call. I don't know about. He was playing the ball. And the defender has a right to the football, but they're going to call it. And some questionable officiating we've seen so far today.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I mean, he dove. Yeah, he was going for the ball, but he hit the receiver before the receiver had an opportunity to really catch that or make an attempt at the catch. So let's see how close this really is. Yeah, he bumps him right before the ball gets there. I mean, that's a bang play in real time. So
and the defender has a right to the football. If you're playing the football, you can't really. And that would be like calling pass interference on the Seahawks-Patriots goal line interception.
That's such a bang play,
It's a questionable call. I know the Southwest fans will be unhappy, but dump down here to Johnny Durango, who's going to get out of the backfield. Not much there. Stephon Ford's asking, does Jasper Ives have an NIL deal with a St. Ives lotion? I mean, QB soft hands, better grip on the ball, question mark?
Bruh. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know. Maybe you might have to help broker that deal for him. I don't know if he has an agent.
Look at the QBR right now. 49.2 for Jasper Ives. Beautiful.
2nd and 10 now inside the red zone for the first time, or second time today. Ives going to throw the out route to Roosevelt Horton. He's going to get 5.
Yeah, nobody's getting open downfield. I mean, the play where there was pass interference, that was a forced throw from Ives. The receiver really wasn't open. They're getting 5-6 yards maximum on these out routes. The receivers just don't have the acceleration to catch it and be able to turn upfield and get a whole lot of extra yards.
3rd and 5 at the 14. See if the Southwest defense can hold. Good protection as always for Ives. Throws the end zone. Back the end zone. Incomplete. Knocked away. He was late getting there. Gave time for Watson Gray to get his hands on the ball, and the kicking unit's going to come out.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep testing Watson Gray. I mean, 2 picks in the last 2 games with a pick 6, and that was double coverage. So I know Willie Morris is basically your number 1 receiver this season, but I mean, in no universe, not even this one at all, is he open. Do not throw that pass, but at least it wasn't intercepted. They're going to send out Tim Markham for a field goal here to try to take the lead. Markham 2 for 2 last week with a long of 39.
Take a look in the Discord. Southeast is the favorites, according to the community, to win this game. Only one person picked Southwest, so Southeast the heavy favorites in this one. And a little bit of a wonky snap, but can't get it down. And this is going to be no good. I don't know if the snap affected it, but the snap was a little bit off, and he misses the kick. Tim Markham, and he misses a chance to put his team up.
Wow, that hooked so. I'm gonna say hooked so fast. Like it was about 10 yards in the air, and you can just see it. It was like a curveball. Man, that is so unfortunate for the Raiders. So we're still tied up 7-all. Let's see what the Titans can do. They got a little bit of momentum after that miss.
Where's Tom Schaefer when you need him? Long snappers matter.
Right? Like that was a really bad snap. I'm surprised the quarterback was able to corral it.
Quick throw for Gross. No gain for Poole.
Yeah, they have no openings on the outside at all. These DBs are, even if the DBs are getting blocked, the linebackers are so quick to get to the ball, they don't stand a chance.
2nd and 10 now for Fletcher Gross. Going to throw out the I formation, out route top of the screen. Clay Kersley, 5 yards.
Yeah, every single time Kersley's caught the ball today, it's been not a slant, an out route. And, they're just not doing a whole lot with it. He turned upfield one time to get a first down, but most of the time the throws have been a little bit off from Gross, a little bit late, and that's forcing Kersley to go out of bounds.
3rd and 5. We'll see what they run here. 3 receivers. Bramlett is in the slot for the Titans. Rocky Payne in the backfield. They're going to throw it across the middle. Incomplete. And Hayes had it in his hands. Couldn't come down with it, but it's going to be a 4th down anyways.
Yeah, number 57, the right outside linebacker, Kirby Hayes, with a nice deflection. He had an interception last week as well. I mean, the Raiders defense had 4 takeaways, 4 interceptions against Caspian Caldwell back in week 4. So they all have some pretty decent hands.
4th and 5. Kick is away. Our insider from the Southeast soccer team is reporting that they just posted in the locker room open tryouts for kicker for Southeast.
Oh, man, that's tough. But, hey, those guys, they're on scholarship to kick a ball. So, anything could help.
You have one job.
Oh, man. I know, he doesn't even have to run. Just kick the ball, buddy.
Just kind of jog up to the ball and kick it.
Asking too much.
1st and 10 now for Ives. Going to throw to Davis out of the backfield. And another good open field tackle by the cornerback to come up to make it. That was Burnell again.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Burnell is having a fantastic game. And, going back every week that we've called for the Titans, I don't really recall saying Aaron Burnell's name too often. So maybe this is breakout performance that he's been hoping to have.
Always nice to see a breakout performance. Ives, good blitz pickup from the Raiders. Caught. Willie Morris breaks a tackle from Irv Street. He's gone to the 10, the 5. Touchdown Raiders.
Man, Willie Morris. Man, we've said it before during this broadcast. When he is on, he is on. And this Raiders team needs him to be on right now. And he is. I mean, look at this great corner route. And, oh, my goodness, I'm not sure what happened with Max Warren, number 21, the cornerback. He went for the ball, wasn't even close. Broken tackle. You're not catching Willie Morris in the open field, even as a tight end.
He's a big man, but he's a fast big man. And Willie Morris puts his team up by about to be 7. Markham out for the extra point.
Yeah, Willie Morris looking like a young Vernon Davis out there.
He is Vernon Davis if he had Gronk size.
Yeah, I remember Vernon Davis back in Madden as a rookie. I think
So
he had
good.
like a 95 speed, something crazy. What an athlete.
Another poor snap from this long snap. This one was high, but corralled by the holder, and the kick is up and good. 14-7, but that. Hey, Tom Schaefer, we're paging Tom Schaefer once he shows up.
Yeah, where you at, buddy?
We need some long snapper help here in Southeast.
Yeah, Benny Bogle, the center, I believe, is the snapper on kicks. I mean, he's struggling right now, and it's pretty rough to watch.
Kick is away. 2 minutes, 41 seconds to go for the Titans as they're down by 7. Out to the 30s where they're going to start. Forjaski and is Morse a top tight end prospect?
Morse is the top tight end right now, according to our list that we have in the Discord that we keep forgetting to update every week.
Help if one of these weeks our weekends weren't so slammed.
Yeah. Dang you, real life.
Right?
How could you?
If only this was real life. 1st and 10.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
At the 30, we haven't really seen an explosive play from Southwest yet. And that's a dangerous play. Tipped up, intercepted by the Raiders.
Ivan Brutley.
Both QBs have an interception today. Gross's interception, though, coming in a worse spot as it sets up the Raiders in really good field position.
Yeah, in a game last week where the Raiders, were just a bunch of ball hawks, Witherspoon with 3 picks, Hayes had one at linebacker. Everybody seemed like they had a deflection. That was Brutley's only stat last week that I can recollect was just 1 deflection and 1 tackle.
First down 10 for the Raiders after the turnover. They're second in the league with takeaways, only behind the Lions, who, as we've mentioned, are extremely, on a record-setting pace.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's still 3 weeks left in the regular season, but I just don't think anybody's ever going to break the takeaway record that the Lions are going to set this season. They've got 16 takeaways in 5 games.
Handoff right side. Davis has some blocking, but not quite enough. Being tackled short of the sticks.
It's 3rd and 3. I mean, if I'm the head coach, Bart John, I'm going to go right back to the ground again. They are in field goal range. If they can figure out the snap situation, I don't know what's going on there. They need to have a little chat with Benny Bogle and see what's going through that young man's head. But if they can figure out the snap, and the holds have been pretty good despite the snaps just going, just dribbling back on the ground to the quarterback. But they can make it. Markham has a pretty decent leg.
3rd and 3 now. Shotgun for Jasper Ives. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Can't even get the play off, and that's a bad sack to take there as that moves you back possibly out of field goal range.
Yeah, that's the man that saved a possible touchdown a few drives back where Cameron Davis spun through and got to the second level. That was Taylor Wallace, number 91, bringing the quarterback down.
And indeed, it is out of field goal range. They don't trust the long snapper. They don't trust the kicker. They're going to actually punt it from this location.
Yeah, I don't think Markham's made a 40-plus yard field goal this season, but they haven't really given him too many opportunities. He's got a long 39.
See if they can pin them down inside the 5-yard line. I think that's what we have to be going for with under 1:20 to go. Bad snap again, almost blocked. And they're just lucky to get this one off, as it's not going to go far, only about a 15-yard punt. But honestly, in this case, I think you walk off the field like that's a victory.
Yeah, if I'm the punter, Wilson Bernard, I'm just shaking my head as I'm going back to the sideline. He's probably going to be having a nice little talk with his special teams coach, and they're going to get together and just scream at Benny Bogle because he is having probably the worst long snapper game of all time at the moment.
First and 10 now. For Southwest. Offsides, pool up the middle. Stutter step is going to cost him there, but he gets about 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he stutter stepped, man. If he just kept accelerating, he might have been off to the races. There was a wide open gap, but there's a flag. And all right, let's see if they accept this or not. And they do. 1st and 5 coming up. That was Roosevelt Holland, the right end, trying to get a head start.
And a free 5 for the Titans. Don't like to give them too many free plays.
No, not an offense like this. They're still trying to just feel their way around this defense, trying to get something going here, but you don't want to help them out.
Gross drops back to throw, moving around the pocket. Great pocket presence, but poor decision from the pocket, and they're lucky not to get picked. Stephon Ford saying that more at home for Northeast, looking at Gross like,
Yeah, I mean, Gross is having a rough game right there. I'm not sure why he tried to test the number 1 corner in high school football right there. That was Brett Iwoma. He is just such a lockdown corner. He had 2 deflections last week, 2 tackles as well. But not a good decision there from Fletcher Gross.
2nd and 5. Gross drops back to throw, throws it deep, middle of the field. Caught! Tyron Trent to the 38 with a minute to go. They take a timeout, and now the Titans in great field position.
And that's what we've been waiting for him to do all game long, is to try to test these safeties. And I believe you and I talked before the game, and you mentioned, Conley might be the weak link in that Raiders secondary. And they tested his side right there, and Trent, with his elite speed, was able to get behind him.
1st and 10 now for the Titans. Gonna throw it across the middle again. D picked off, and who else? It's Lewin Witherspoon who spins out a man, takes it back to the 43.
Man, what a player he is. He's such a playmaker. In the past 2 weeks, he's got 4 interceptions now. Get him on the top 20 list right now. I mean, he's got to be the number 1 free safety in the land. Oh, my goodness. He just read that play so perfectly. And just, man, he's getting pretty dangerous on the interception returns as well.
What a play there from Lewin Witherspoon forward saying, see, I inspired these guys with my heckling. I think you spoke a little too soon there. I don't know which team you're inspiring.
He's inspiring the reigning player of the week, Lewin Witherspoon.
He's maybe going for a 2 for 2. Jasper Ives throws intercepted right back. What a catch from Watson Gray. Full extension gets that one down and right back at you. Watson Gray wants his own player of the week.
Wow. I mean, I'd say he's the first linebacker to get 2 picks in a game, but if you guys are watching the Comets on Tuesday night, Dustin Mitchell, the middle linebacker, happened to snag 2 picks from Trevor Colt. So this is a really good week for linebacker interceptions.
And this is the week to be a linebacker, and now the Titans right back to where they were with good field position. This has been a wild confluence of events so far. The last 2 drives. Gross gonna drop back. We're gonna have a 3 for 3. No, we are not.
Wow.
But I felt pretty close.
Yeah, that was a little too close for comfort, and that was defensive lineman. That was Dre Raines.
Gross across the middle. Traffic. Dangerous 3-yard catch, and it's going to keep him in hurry up.
Yeah, Gross has to be careful. The Raiders are getting a lot of players in the backfield right now.
Gross. Going to throw left side. Wide open is Kersley to the end zone. Touchdown. Clay Kersley.
I'm not sure what happened out in the secondary. It looks like it's supposed to be zone coverage, and they have 57. It looks like Kirby Hayes was supposed to go with Kersley, but that's just not a matchup that you want as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, between Owoma, Hayes, and Witherspoon, one of those guys has to cover him, and no one did. And now the Titans about to tie this game back up with 14 seconds to go in the half. That's the electricity we're looking for. Forge apparently is just friends with all the people in the league. He is our insider here at it's in high school football. Apparently, Ian Harlan is texting him angry messages watching this game.
Oh, man. Go after him, Harlan. He was talking smack about you the other night. Calling for your benching. Advocating for Mort Hall. Feels bad.
With 14 seconds to go, we'll see if we have any more fireworks left in this half.
Plenty of time. I mean, I've seen some quick scores here in the last couple minutes.
Durango going to take this one up, but he's not going to get very far. Only 10 seconds for the offensive worker.
These hits tonight, I mean, and it's not just defenders that are getting big hits. That was a tight end. I'm pretty sure that was Eric Bradley or Darren Clark. I couldn't quite see if it was 86 or 88, but just what a vicious hit from an offensive player.
First and 10. Ives drops back to throw. They're going to try to get some points. Across the middle is going to be a gain of about 9. They're going to take a timeout, and they're going to try to throw one up and see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know if Ives has the arm for this. This throw might get around the 5 or 10-yard line. He doesn't have the strongest arm in the league. Let's look at head coach Bart John over there having the discussion with Jasper Ives. It's going to be interesting to see how far he can get this ball, if he can even get the ball off. Let's see if the offensive line can block long enough for him.
Yeah, that is often the case. These Hail Marys rarely even get thrown. But we'll see if this one does. Ives, good protection. Launches it. And it's going to be tipped up and fall harmlessly to the ground. That's going to do it for the first half here in Southeast. What do you like from this first half? What do you not like from this half? And what do you think these teams need to change?
Well, if I'm the Raiders, I try to protect the football a little bit more, get Cameron Davis more involved. And if I'm the Titans on offense, I'm just going to keep chucking it. Yeah, you're going to throw some picks here and there against, an opportunistic secondary. But your number one player on your team is your quarterback. You got to let him go out there and try to make some plays, try to find his top guys. I mean, you can see the rushing game's not happening. -4 yards so far for the Titans against this number 2 rush defense in high school football. But for the Raiders defense, all you got to do is just play back a little bit. You don't want these receivers to beat you deep.
They did a good job of not letting the receivers beat them deep in the first half. But, Titans have a way of finding their way into something in the second half. They did it against the Lions last week. I expect them to find their stride this week. But, close game. We were looking for a close game. We've gotten the close game. And interceptions have been an interesting story for both these two teams.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that we have a linebacker out there getting 2 picks, against the Raiders, that's pretty impressive. Watson Gray, 3 picks in the last 2 games. How good is he at linebacker? He is really fun to watch. Probably the number 2 linebacker in the country, I'd say, at the moment. And of course, we saw, Lewin Witherspoon get a pick for the Raiders. But you got to protect you got to protect the ball a little bit better. But again, if you're the Titans, keep taking your shots. They had a little bit more success there at the end of the first half. They completed that deep pass to Kersley for the touchdown. But maybe look for Bramlett too. We haven't called his name at all here tonight.
Yeah, he's often important part of this offense. Underrated part of this offense is Corey Bramlett. Really good underneath.
Yeah.
But for the most part, interesting on the other side, we haven't really heard much from these receivers. It's only, and even Cameron Davis only had that one run. It's been the Willie Morris show.
Yeah, I mean, that's been really the case for a lot of the season, is Willie Morris being the top guy. Last week he had 5 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, the next best receiver was Carter with 5 catches for 22 yards. It's not really like a game-breaking stat line there to help out your quarterback and a struggling pass offense. But, the week before that, it was Willie Morris again. He had 6 for 60 with a touchdown. The next best was Owens, who was 6 for 50. But again, he was injured last week, so he was not able to help out his quarterback in that win over International.
Kick is off. Second half is underway. Titans are going to field this one. Eddie Poole takes it back to the 29. That's where this offense is going to get started.
Yep, Fletcher Gross. I mean, if you're the head coach, just let him go out there and do his thing that he's been doing all season, putting up nearly 400 yards passing a game. Just keep going to the air.
First and 10. Now see what halftime adjustments they're going to do. Gross and his receivers. Pump fake one way, throws the other way, and it's wide open, but he's out of bounds.
Oh, I don't know about that. He may have had a foot in bounds. Let's see if we'll get another look at it here. Either way, I mean, that would have been, 4 or 5 yards on the catch?
Looks like they're going to save their challenge and save the timeout. Can't hate it necessarily. You don't want to lose a timeout in this situation. Second and 10. Gross drops back to throw. Under pressure. He's going to get hit as he throws, and that ball is going to fall to the ground. Evans on the tackle, or the hit at least.
Yeah, number 91, Earl Evans, the left end getting pressure. And I mentioned this, right towards the end of that second quarter, that the Raiders were getting players in the backfield. We're seeing more of it here. The offensive line for the Titans, they've been a big question mark this season. They've struggled quite a bit, and we're seeing a little bit more of that here tonight.
Third and 10 now for the Titans. Going to drop back, throw deep, left side, incomplete. Tried to test Awoma. Couldn't bring it down, but it's going to force a punt.
Yeah, Awoma, great coverage. I mean, he's such a great athlete at corner. I really love to see him battle it out week in and week out with number 1 receivers for all these teams. And he's doing a decent job on Kersley. I mean, that big touchdown pass that Kersley had, Awoma was in zone coverage. He was covering the flats, so that wasn't even on him. But still, I mean, he's having a great season at corner.
Don't mind me as I knock things over here at my desk. Punt is away. Raiders going to get this ball. Good field position at the 39 is, I think, where they're going to start it off. What do you want to see from the Raiders offense?
Run the football. I mean, your defense is keeping this game tied right now. They're doing fantastic. Give the ball to the best player on your offense. That's Cameron Davis.
See if they listen to your advice, Coach Klein. Chiming in.
Probably not.
Yeah, they do have a fullback in the backfield. We don't know. That doesn't mean they're going to run it, and they won't. They're going to throw it out of the formation. Ives under pressure, moving it around. Spins away from one, spins away from two. He has some space, gets 6 yards, and electric play there from Jasper. The play going forward.
Yeah, looking like a young Steve Young out here. I mean, just makes 2 guys miss. That was really impressive. One of the best 6-yard runs I've ever seen in my life.
I apologize for getting a little excited there for a 6-yard run, but we don't see many exciting 6-yard runs from quarterbacks. You got to get excited.
Quarterbacks barely run.
2nd and 4 now. Going to hand off to Cameron Davis up the middle. Spins out a man in the hole and going to get a first down.
Spin cycle, man. He is just so deadly. If it's one-on-one, I'm picking Cameron Davis 9 out of 10 times with that spin move. It's just so dangerous, and he proved it right there, getting the first down.
First down and 10. Ives moved around the pocket, throws out route, caught. What a dot.
Wow, that was a really close play, too. I mean, he may have been out of bounds. I don't know if we're going to see a review on that one, but it looked to me like the Tyron Trent play for the Titans last drive was even more inbounds than that one.
2nd and 5 now for the for the Raiders offense. Saw him running out there, and I get mixed around. See if we get a run here on 2nd down to Cameron Davis, who is in the backfield. We will. Left side, Davis, 2 yards.
Yeah, nice gang tackle there. I believe that's 54 this time. Guy Podger, we haven't called his name at all today. And Irv Street combining on the tackle. 3rd and 3. If I'm the head coach, just keep giving it to the big back, Cameron Davis.
3rd and 3 now. I formation. We'll see if they do give it to the big back. They're going to run it. I would throw it across the middle. Moore is separated from the football. And that was who else? Watson Gray, who was on the hit.
Yeah, what a great matchup that is. Willie Morris, Watson Gray going at it, quite often here tonight. And that was just a vicious hit. We've been seeing that all night, just collision after collision. And a big 4th down here. Wilson Bernard on to punt it. His last one nearly blocked, but it was inside the 20. And something about him last week, 6 punts, 4 of them were down inside the 20-yard line.
See if he can keep that magic going. Kick is away. Good snap this time. And it's going to bounce into the end zone. He almost had it just a few yards too long.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Bernard, but, showing his leg strength there, that was his first touchback in quite a while. He didn't have a single one last week, and I don't think he had one in the week before that either. No, he did not. Wow. So first in 3 weeks.
First and 10 for Gross. Good protection, throws deep middle. Caught! Wide open is Clay Kersley. No one's going to catch him. The 5, 10, 20, he's gone.
Wow. And we saw Lewin Witherspoon, the star-free safety out there. He is a dynamic talent in that secondary, but he does not have elite-level speed like Brett Iwoma does to be able to keep up with a playmaker like Clay Kersley. And, Kersley's so good. 2nd big touchdown of this game. And now the Titans are on top here in Southeast.
Witherspoon just a little bit out of position on that play, and Gross and Kersley made him pay. And Kersley, it's a little celebration. He puts his little sleep celebration. Keep sleeping on us, he's saying. 2-2 Southwest. They're not content being one of the bubble teams of the playoffs.
Yeah, a win today would be huge. That would probably put them in the top 4. Southeast would drop to 3-2 as well. So, the middle of this league is going to be really interesting in the last couple weeks.
It really is South Central and the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing to note, watching today, paying attention to all of these games even closer, if I can find it, is a couple teams at home. North Central and South Central both with their eye on this game tonight. If the Raiders come back and win, South Central will clinch the playoffs this week. And for North Central, a Southwest win plus a loss later tonight would eliminate them from the playoffs. So really, a big game for two teams that aren't in this right now.
Yeah, and I mean, if we're both being honest here, I think the Eagles, I mean, they're dead in the water. They have, we're halfway through the season. They have no offensive identity. That team is really struggling to get it going.
You never know. You never know. They'd have to win out, basically, but you never know. Ives under pressure, throws it underneath, knocked away, incomplete, looking for Roosevelt Horton.
Yeah, Horton just couldn't bring that one in, man. And he hasn't really been a huge playmaker for them. Just 4 catches last week on 5 targets, 38 yards. They're just missing a dynamic guy out there. They have Willie Morris, but other than that, I mean, if he's double teamed, you can't rely on any of these other guys.
Forge saying, no, save South Central now.
Oh, my goodness.
They still have to win tonight, really, to stay relevant. They don't get eliminated with a loss, but they do need to win basically all the games from here on out to have a shot. Cameron Davis, not much doing in the middle.
Have 3rd and 10 coming up. Now they're going to have to throw it. And, if I'm the Raiders, I go to Willie Morris here. I mean, is there really any other option?
Third and 10, Ives. Plenty of time, going to throw it. And near the first down, gets the first down. That's it's Carter. I don't remember his first name. Ryan Carter. Ryan Carter, there we are.
Yep. He's the man that had 22 yards on 5 catches last week. Just really an electric playmaker. It's a great 3rd down play, though. Keeping this drive alive for the Raiders, who are down a touchdown to a very, very potent offense.
First and 10 now for Ives in this offense. Hand off to Davis, right side. Not much there. Street, among others, to bring him down.
Yeah, he was breaking that first tackle, but Street, coming in there, cleaning it up, and just a pickup of 2. Really struggling to get Davis into that second level.
Forge saying, anybody else ready? Getting ready for the Northeast run to the playoffs?
I am, baby. I got my Ian Harlan jersey. Let's go.
Hand off to Cameron Davis. Not much there. It's 3rd and 6.
Yep. 2 runs in a row, 2 yards each. Just burning the field right now with just how fast he's running. It's just so crazy. Just a great day on the ground for these Raiders.
3rd and 6 at the 49-yard line. Bunch set to the bottom of the screen. Single to the top. See what they have drawn up. Ives, plenty of time. Deep throw. Tipped up, incomplete. He was looking for Eric Owens, but there was about quadruple coverage on the play. Eric Strickland along with a bevy of Southwest defenders.
Yeah, Eric Strickland, the strong safety. Nice play there, but it looked like basically every single DB got a hand on that ball. Just couldn't bring it in. And we're going to see Wilson Bernard on for another punt here for Southeast. See if this one can get down inside the 20 this time instead of bouncing in for a touchback.
Punt is off. Punt is inside the 15. That's where he's going to be fielded by Tyron Brent. He's going to take it to 21-yard line. That's where this drive for the offense is going to get started.
Yep, and if I'm the Titans, I'm just going to keep chucking it deep. I mean, they found a little bit of a weakness. Now they know that Lewin Witherspoon, even though he's such a great free safety, he doesn't have the top-level speed needed to keep up with Clay Kersey or Tyron Trent.
for Jackson. Wow, did anyone else see that late hit beyond the last play? I did not. I missed that one. I'll have to go back and watch. That's going to be picked off. Hayes with the pick underneath. He's going to go. Touchdown, Raiders. Who needs offense?
Wow. We have another linebacker pick 6, folks. This is unbelievable. Hayes had a pick last week. He's got another one here tonight, and this is game-changing, an extra point away from tying this one up. What a game we have on our hands, partner.
Who needs offense when you got Kirby Hayes taking it back for 6? The Titans now, they've scored 28 points today. But they only have 21 on the score because 7 of those was to the wrong team.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Gross. I mean, he's thrown quite a few interceptions on the season. He threw 2 last week against the Lions. Ended up costing them the game too. I mean, that game was really sloppy for them. A lot of mistakes really cost them. But that's just a rough pass right there. Great play by Kirby Hayes. I mean, the linebacking core for the Raiders, they just sound like they're from the 70s. You know, you got Walter Cokes, Kirby Hayes, and Dexter Lopez. Tell me that doesn't sound like an Oakland Raiders team from the 70s.
I mean, they are the Raiders, too. It works out perfectly.
That's what I'm saying.
Trent,
beautiful.
Poole, going to bring this one out to the 27 where Gross and the offense going to try to get going again.
Yeah, let's see what Gross can do, see if he can shake off that last interception. The Titans, they are known to come out and just keep slinging it even after a big pick like that.
Yeah, Gross has no fear. We'll see what they do here. They have 2 tight ends on the field. It looks like actually a backup offensive lineman on the left side of the formation. They're going to throw it to the running back, though, who's going to step out of bounds, which works out because that would have been a loss.
Yeah, I don't like that play at all. I don't know what kind of formation they're trying to run there. But if I'm the head coach for the Titans, I'm getting 3 receivers out on the field. I want Corey Bramlett to be involved in this offense. He's such a dynamic playmaker. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of catches, but when he gets a catch, he goes pretty far downfield. He had 3 for 67 last week on 3 targets. So get him the football. 2nd and
10 now. Gross drops back. Throws underneath to Eddie Poole. Poole going to move all the way up. That's not Poole, that's Napoleon Queen. He has a touchdown on the day. He has a first down on the day. Napoleon Queen been the best back of the day, honestly.
Yeah, it's really not even close. I mean, the running backs for the Titans have them at negative yards rushing. So why not throw it out to the fullback instead? And look at this, Corey Bramlett out here with a nice block on, I believe that was Manuel Webb. Number 21 for the Raiders.
1st and 10 now. First down for the Titans. Hand off, and nothing there. The run defense has been absolutely impenetrable today for the Raiders.
Yeah, that was Dexter Lopez and Walter Cokes combining on the tackle. I mean, if you're getting 2 linebackers in the backfield that quickly, that's going to be a tough day for you running backs, and that's definitely been the case here tonight.
2nd and 10 now. Gross in the shotgun, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He has the 3 receivers. He has Trent to the top, Kersley to the bottom, and Bramlett in the slot. Gross going to drop back to throw. Throws left sides. Caught! Kersley beats Uwoma, who's left looking silly out there, and Kersley down to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Kersley, the best route runner in high school football. Uwoma, it just looked like, he never turned his head to look for the ball, even though he went for the catch there. He just got lost all up in the sauce, and Kersley continues his fantastic day. I mean, if the Titans can get a win here tonight, Kersley will most likely be the guy up for player of the game. With Gross out here throwing interceptions all over the place.
And Kersley getting his first big one, really one-on-one. Gross, good pocket presence, going to run for it, but tracked down from behind after 6 yards, but still gets 6 yards out of that one. Nice pocket awareness from Fletcher.
Yeah, really nice. So far, we've seen the quarterbacks both run 1 time, and they each have gotten a 6-yarder. So, we don't really see the quarterbacks run a whole lot I wish they would a little bit more, especially for North Central, the Eagles. Get Mordecai Van Hout out in the open field.
Run up the middle to Poole. Not much there. Penalty coming, though. We'll have to go down to ref 62 to see what the call is.
Yeah, that was offsides on the left end. I believe it was Earl Evans, 91, trying to get a head start.
Indeed it is.
How does Kersley spell his name? It's Clay Kersley. Claykersley.
190 yards on the day. He has had his way with this very talented secondary from the Raiders. Handoff now. Poole. Nothing there.
See that play right there? I mean, that's Manuel Webb. That's the nickel corner coming up and run support. It doesn't matter what position on this Raiders defense. They all can tackle extremely well. Very fundamentally sound defense. Webb actually had 6 tackles last week from a nickel cornerback spot. That is absurd.
2nd and 10. They're going to hand it off left side. Eddie Poole. Nothing there for him. Hayes on the tackle and we're going to lose one.
I mean, I just feel like this entire defense can all get a scholarship to the same exact college and just produce at the same level. These guys are so talented. Just a very well-rounded crew.
That'll be interesting to see where they all end up. 5 receivers on the field now for this 3rd and 11 play. Gross drops back to throw. End zone shot. One-handed Tyron Trent.
Oh,
Touchdown.
My goodness.
T. Tyron Trent touchdown.
Wow. What a beautiful throw this was, too. Look at this. He puts it where only his guy can get it. He can only get one hand on it, and that's all he needs, even with Lewin Witherspoon just absolutely crushing him, hitting him right in the ribs. What a play. Maybe the top play of the night for this offense, even with the big touchdown passes to Kersley. That was just beautiful.
Forge is out here stout for the Port Royal Privateers of the EFL. He's writing down Clay Kersley's name on his ledger. Already looking at some talent for the EFL. I mean, I think that's a good idea.
You know, all you need is an Ian Harlan at quarterback, and you'll be set, buddy.
I think he'd rather have Mort Hall.
Oh, that's just so tough. I'm heartbroken. Listen, if you want to watch good game tape of Ian Harlan, just watch week 4, all right? Just forget about week 5.
Week 5? I don't know that number. Can't know.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Durango taking this round to the 34. That's where the Raiders are going to get started. A little bit of offense going here. We had a little bit of a slow start, but offense starting to get going. What do you want to see from the Raiders?
Well, I would like to point out this is the most points that the Raiders have allowed all season long. So there's that. You know, before their previous high was 23 to the Cobras of Northwest. But if I'm Raiders, you know, I'm just going to try to protect the football. You don't want to force the ball downfield and have a turnover because then the Titans are just going to cruise.
Out route, plenty of space, 1st down and more, down to the 49.
Yep, Roosevelt Horton with a nice catch. He got 5 for 34, just game-breaking numbers. He had 4 for 38 last week. It's like, you know, he just can't get open downfield. He doesn't have, elite speed to get past these DBs. But, you know, nice out route there, and good job turning upfield, getting some extra yards for the offense.
Yeah, you need someone to step up for good old Jasper Ives. First down and 10. Just outside of Titan territory. Ives going to throw it. Good protection. Throws it. Has his man on the corner route. Beautiful little touch pass over 2 defenders. And the Raiders down to 29. Lowell Gates on the reception.
Now they're hitting the backup tight end, Lowell Gates, number 89. Just nice corner route, and this is why he won this. Look who he's going up against. The Titans sent out Drake Corbin, the defensive end, out in coverage. So great recognition from Jasper Ives to find the opening there.
Forge saying, I don't know, I think Gross would be perfect for me. So many good uses of his last name. It would be pun central over there in Port Royal. Run here from Cameron Davis, who's going to fight forward for a gain of about 4. Yeah, I mean, keep the Gross to Kersley connection in the EFL. A little Burrow chase action. Second and 6 for the Raiders. Ives drops back to throw. Good protection, throws the end zone shot, touchdown! Jasper Ives to Eric Owens. This game is tied.
Oh my goodness, Eric Owens missed most of last week due to injury. He's coming out here today. He's got, I think, 3 catches, now a touchdown. And we're going to see an extra point here to tie this one up. And look at that. Nice little post corner route. And I'm not sure what 21 is doing. That's Max Warren. You know, we haven't really said too many positive things about Max Warren tonight. He's missed a couple tackles. Aaron Burnell has been the standout cornerback so far for the Titans, number 20.
Yeah, maybe switch him over and cover Eric Owens, because Eric Owens was not covered at all in that play right there. And
he cooked them.
In a game where we were wondering offense, defense, what's going to win? Well, offense of the Raiders has shown up today.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned before that touchdown that this is the most points that the Raiders have allowed all season. And now that they have, how this game's going to end, I mean.
And we are back. You didn't miss a single second of action. Toss here to Rocky Payne. Rocky Payne's going to get about, I'd say about 3 solid inches.
Yeah, I mean, Rocky Payne, just an electric runner. I mean, this guy could break a big one at any moment, especially with runs like that. He's just doing great tonight.
Second and 10, shotgun. They're going to run out of the shotgun to Poole, and that's going to be the best run of the day for Eddie Poole. 6 yards.
Yeah, longest run of the day so far for the Titans. That ties Fletcher Gross's 6-yard run. So, the running back and quarterback just going run for run right now. Let's see who can actually end up with the longest one of the day.
Third and 4. See if the Raiders can get off the field. Gross moves around the pocket. Deep throw. And interception is going to be dropped, but it will bring up 4th down. Conley on the coverage.
Yep. Tony Conley, the strong safety. We thought that they were going to pick on him a lot more this game, but really they've been going to that other side, trying to, get past Lewin Witherspoon. And, they found a little bit of a weakness since Witherspoon doesn't have that top-end speed, and they've been exploiting it a little bit here tonight, resulting in a couple touchdowns to Kersley.
4th and 4 now, and they're going to punt it away. Good stop by the Raiders defense. Can the offense respond? Durango. You can start at the 37. That's going to end the third quarter. They'll get your 4s up in the chat. Beautiful. We have a tie ball game going into the final quarter. Will we need more than 4 quarters? I guess we will see, but stick around.
We've been having some really fantastic game of the week choices so far the last several weeks. Every single game of the week has been just amazing.
We have nailed the game of the week choices. Just to toot our own horn a little bit there. Ives going to throw it. Fullback is going to go the wrong way. Lose 3.
Brad Woods, not really known for a lot of catches or big plays. As we see, Watson Gray, 7 tackles, 4 for a loss. He's also got 2 picks. I mean, man, he might get player of the game. Who knows? So many great players here tonight between these 2 squads.
Imagine seeing back-to-back player of the games come from defensive players.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Shotgun. Run to Davis out of the shotgun. He's going to spin out one and almost breaks one. The Titans are lucky to shoestring tackle him and keep it in the park. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, that was Aaron Burnell, number 20. We've been calling his name quite a bit from that number 2 cornerback spot. Saves a touchdown here. Beautiful move. Nice juke, and then spins out Watson Gray, who we were just praising on that last play. But great job for Burnell keeping this game tied up.
3rd and 2. Ives going to throw it underneath. Lowell Gates, the target, can't get it to him, and that was dangerous. Watson Gray almost made another house call.
Yeah, I mean, he nearly had his 3rd INT of the night. That would have been absolutely bonkers if we saw a linebacker get a hat trick.
Just after the first hat trick of high school history.
Yeah.
Punt is away. Almost blocked, but he gets it off. Field at the 20 is where Trent's going to get it. And if you get to the 23, that's where the Titans are going to start this drive. What do you want to see from the Titans offense on this ensuing drive? Or upcoming drive, I should say.
Well, I'd probably just keep going to Kersley, I think. I mean, he's been having great success on that left side of the field.
Yeah, we thought maybe coming into this game, Owoma, you don't want to test that side, but so far Kersley has had a fantastic day. Not all really to Owoma's fault. They've run a lot of zone coverage, but he, I don't think you have to be as afraid of Owoma when you have a Clay Kersley.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Raiders do a little bit more man coverage because, I don't think any receiver, even Kersley or Trent, I think they would have a really hard time in man coverage against Brett Owoma.
2nd 11, they might be in man coverage here. We'll see single high safety look from the Raiders. It is going to be man. They're going to go to Kersley. It's going to be tipped away. Owoma got a finger on it. If Gross leads that to his outside shoulder, that's a touchdown, but Owoma barely able to keep contained.
Yeah, he has such great closing speed. I mean, we saw it right there. It looked like it was going to be another big play, but Owoma with some great acceleration to get out there and get a fingertip on it.
3rd and 11. Gross throws deep left side, incomplete. Owoma tips it away. We talked about whether Owoma could keep up with Kersley on this drive. Well, they went to him 2 plays of the last 2 plays. They went to him one-on-one, and Owoma wins both those tries. So another punt here for the Titans.
Yeah, a couple nice deflections on this drive for Owoma. And, he's getting the ball back for his offense. And, if I'm the Raiders, I don't know what they're doing with Cameron Davis. I mean, he's had a few runs. But if I'm the head coach, I want to pound the rock all game long. I mean, he gets better as the game goes on. So you got to give him more touches.
Durango going to fair catch that one at the 44. Forge noticing that the Raiders were in bear defense. Love it, he says.
What's better than bear defense? Nothing.
Everything.
All right? Listen, Hammer. Nothing.
Everything. Got too much drama.
That's all right. This is not the other league. All right? It works here.
Okay, slow down the breathing. Slow down the breathing.
Find your paper bag.
1st and 10. They're going to hand it off to Cameron Davis. Spins out. He went out of his way to make those guys look silly on his way to an 8-yard run.
Oh, man. He has such great potential to just be a highlight reel every time he touches the ball. It's been tough to watch here tonight. He's had maybe 3 runs like that, but the rest of them is just like he's running into a brick wall over and over and over again, just getting the same result. But they keep going back to it. I want to see him juke some more people out right here.
And up to Davis, up the middle, fights forward, 1st down, Raiders.
I don't know about that spot. That was pretty close, but it looks like the refs are just going to let this one keep going. That's a big 1st down. They're in Titan territory now. Got to get to about the 20, 22-yard line to set up Tim Markham for his longest kick of the season.
1st down and 10. Shotgun formation for the Raiders. See if they throw it out of this. They're going to run it. Delayed to Davis, and Davis is going to get 5, so not a bad draw.
Yep, and he actually broke through the tackle of Watson Gray. That's been a great matchup, watching Davis make Gray miss on these carries. That's, 2 drives in a row. One spun him out and now running right through an arm tackle.
2nd and 5 now after the run. Letting the time tick down. Ives going to throw it underneath. Picked off again!
That's Pottinger, I think. 54. Yep, Guy Pottinger with the interception. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about this play design. Look at how many receivers are in the same spot. Oh, man. I don't even know if you can really blame the quarterback on that. You should not have a play design where you have your fullback and tight end just right literally on the same yard line.
Not great what the Raiders needed. And now the Titans have the ball. Ford saying that he needs Cameron Davis as his running back. So already some interest from the pro teams there. And, oh, my goodness, gross. Gross.
Wow.
Maybe block hit your franchise quarterback there. But I can't even speak. Kirby Hayes untouched in there for the sack.
I mean, I saw that. You saw it, from the snap that he was going to be unblocked. But Fletcher Gross apparently had his blinders on. Hayes with a pick 6 and now a big sack for a loss of 6.
Gross going to throw it underneath Eddie Poole, who's going to get out and get 1 yard-ish back. But 3rd and 14 after the sack. What do you draw up here?
I mean, go to your playmakers, Kersley or Trent. We haven't really seen Corey Bramlett at all. I would like to see him in the slot, maybe run a corner route. He's been really good at those this season, especially with a lot of yards to go for a first.
4 receivers set for the Titans. Dime defense from the Raiders. Gross steps up, throws on the run. He's going to chuck it down to his safety blanket. 4th and 6 coming up here under 7 minutes to go, and I think he got to punt it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Punt this one away. Trust your defense. They just got to take away on that last drive out there. But we do see Corey Bramlett get a nice catch there for a pickup of 8. I think that's his first reception tonight, unless I just completely blanked out and just forgot about another one.
We know you do that sometimes, but I don't think you did.
Yeah, it'd be like that. I'm old, all right?
Fourth and 6, punt is away. Raiders field this. Durango going to start the drive at the 28-yard line.
Give it to Cameron Davis. Please, I'm begging you. Forge in the chat, embrace the horror. That's right, embrace the Bear defense, Hammer.
I mean, it did get a pick. It did get a pick.
It did. It's the best.
All Bear defense. That's what I'm going to run next.
I like it.
1st and 10. Ives under pressure. He's going to go down. Can't spin away from 3. And Watson Gray. Was it Watson Gray? It was Watson Gray. Who else with the sack?
I mean, this is an all-time performance, is it not? He's got, 8 tackles, 5 for a loss. He's got a sack. He's got 2 interceptions. He's got a boatload of pass deflections. The only, bad thing about his game tonight is getting juked out and a broken tackle from Cameron Davis, one of the strongest running backs in high school football. 2nd
and 20, Ives going to throw the out route just to get a little bit back, and beautiful play design there to get 13.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play, and that's Eric Owens again. Been the top receiver tonight. We've seen Willie Morse get a couple big plays, but Owens has been pretty fantastic going up against, I believe, Max Warren, number 21. So, yeah, Warren having a pretty tough day out there at corner.
Forge saying player of the game, Watson Gray. And I got to agree, if the Titans win, he's got to have some respect. I don't think he'll win it. Throw here, slant route, 1st down. What a play there from Roosevelt Horton to get a first. I thought he was going to be tackled short.
Yeah, that was a really great play by him. But, going back to Watson Gray, I don't know if they're going to end up giving him player of the game if the Titans do win it. Clay Kersley nearing 200 yards receiving, I believe, with a couple touchdowns. That's going to be tough to beat because we all know how this game loves offense.
It's hard to deny a 200-yard day from a receiver. They're going to review this. We'll see if he – remember, the ball has to pass the yellow line. It's not about getting there. It's about passing it. And
that's a great angle.
I don't think he does it.
No, just a couple inches short, but it'll only be second in inches, so that wasn't like a huge loss there.
Watson Gray's going on that Port Royal scouting list.
Port Royal is just going to be filled with players from both of these teams.
It'll be the Writons, Port Royal Writons.
The Taters. Oh man,
I like the Taters is good. But they're gonna reverse it, 4th and inch. They're gonna punt it away.
Wait, I thought that was second down. Was that
no?
Not
it was third down. Remember the sack, then the 13-yard completion, and then that.
Man.
So that's a big turn of events. And the Titans gonna get the ball at 31 with under 5 to go. And this one, tie game for game of the week. We are having a great matchup.
Yeah, this is coming right down to the wire. And that was another great punt by Wilson Bernard, who's got to be the top punter so far in high school. There's another name for you to write down there, Forge.
1st and 10 for the Titans. Gross. See what and the offense draw up. Under pressure, gonna go down. Sacked in the backfield. Was that Hayes again? It was. Hayes with his 2nd sack of the day.
Wow, 2 of the greatest linebacker performances we've seen this season. Just Kirby Hayes and Watson Gray just going at it tonight. Both right outside linebackers, just having their way with these offenses. It's been really fun to watch.
The co-owner of what is now affectionately known as a Pun Royal, Forge in the chat, saying that they'll cut the guy wearing 64 just to give it to Watson Gray.
That's tough.
Throw, sideline, caught, 4 yards, 3rd, 13 coming up.
Don't punt. Listen, Forge, you're going to have to punt it at some point, all right? And why not just get yourself a Wilson Bernard, all right? He's fantastic.
1st-round punter.
Number 1 pick. Oh, man.
The Janikowski of punters.
I mean, Janikowski was a kicker. You know?
That's why I said of punters.
You could have just said Shane Leckler, who was on the same team and had just as strong as a leg.
But Janikowski got drafted in the 1st round.
He did.
Which is why I was saying
agree.
the Janikowski of punters.
Oh, my goodness. I think there's
Trent,
Ray
1st
Guy
down.
Ray Guy drafted in the 1st round?
I don't remember. Tyron Trent, we missed a great play. Converts the 3rd and 13, and the drive stays alive.
Who's to say that we can't get sidetracked here on our own broadcast, huh? Huh?
4th and 55 from our own 1-yard line. 50 all streaks is what Forge says. Toss play here to Rocky Payne. And somehow going to get positive yards out of that, but there is a penalty. We'll check the call with R62.
Yeah, I didn't really see what happened. Probably offsides. Yep.
Free play for the Titans. Number 79, the defender.
That's Roosevelt Holland, the defensive end, trying to get the head start. Earlier in the game, it was Earl Evans, the left end, jumping the snap.
Forge confirming, yeah, Ray Guy. But you didn't mention Ray Guy. You mentioned Shane Leckler. So just sit in your wrongness with me, and we can be wrong together.
Listen, I'm just saying, it's happened. Punters go in the 1st round sometimes. It hasn't been, a thing in like 40 years, but that's fine.
I wasn't making it a thing. 1st down throw is going to be, as we try to get back on point to the game.
This is how our normal conversations go, when we're not streaming. We just randomly get sidetracked and talk about 75 different things.
Welcome to the Hammer Cline podcast here on HCU, part of the HCU universe.
Speaking of that, we should get back to our podcast, huh?
We should. We should get back to that podcast. Home here on the Hammer Cline YouTube. Gross going to throw it into traffic, and I cannot believe that was incomplete and not intercepted, but there is a flag. I think it's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, and Kirby Hayes almost had another INT.
They're going to call on the Raiders. Defensive pass interference, number 28. 1st down, automatic for the Titans.
Yep, strong safety, Tony Conley, just getting there, a split second too quickly and hitting Kersley. Less than 3 minutes to go, too. This is crucial here at the 28-yard line. Not nearly in field goal range, though.
Need points on this drive if you're the Titans. Gross. Throws. Caught somehow by, was that Tyron Trent? It was Tyron Trent to the 11.
Wow. I thought for sure that Walter Cokes was going to get an interception right there. I mean, you look at him here on this replay. He turns, tries to get it, but Tyron Trent looks like he took it right out of Cokes' hands for a huge pickup down to the 11-yard line. HCU podcast. Someday. When we can fit into our schedule.
Run here on first down. Only a yard for Eddie Poole.
Yeah, the running game has just been outstanding here tonight for the Titans. Probably, maybe 5 yards rushing total. And that's with Eddie Poole and Fletcher Gross each getting a 6-yard carry.
One of the best drives of the day. The Titans just having their way with the #1 defense in high school football. 2-minute warning. We have 2 minutes to go in this one. It's a tie game. The Titans are 10 yards away from a touchdown. And, man, this game of the week is setting up for a wild finish.
Yeah, the Raiders need to hold them to a field goal here because, in high school, there's no sure thing when it comes to kicking field goals. So just holding them to a 4th down would be massive for this defense.
Gross going to throw underneath to Trent, and that's going to get to the 7.
Yeah, and Kirby Hayes with a great tackle. I mean, not too often do you see a linebacker running stride for stride with Tyron Trent. And a big, big 3rd down coming up.
Third and 5. Gross drops back, end zone shot, tipped up, incomplete, nearly picked off, but a field goal will have to do, and the Raiders will get the ball with about 1:45 to go, down by 3.
Yeah, Ivan Brutley with a great pass deflection, his 2nd of the night, and, kept it in the end zone to try to let his teammates get a shot at a pick, and they nearly came away with that one.
Kick is up. Kick is good, 23 yards, and that's going to give the Titans the lead with 1:48 to go.
Yep. Stanford Bond gets his team the lead 31-28 as the Titans, continue to pour it on a little bit. This is definitely the most points the Raiders have allowed all season. Kind of a shock here to this home crowd, but plenty of time left. Raiders have all 3 timeouts. If I'm Jasper Ives, I got to protect the football and look for Eric Owens. He's been having the best day at receiver.
35-yard line is where they're going to start this drive. Forge in the chat saying getting on the phone with Gross's agent right now. Trent is on the list too. Haven't forgot about Sam's either. And maybe Dan Short is heading to Pun Royal.
Oh, man, Dan Short after 1 win and a loss getting a head coach job in the AFL. Oh, my goodness.
1st and 10 for Jasper Ives and company. Throws a quick throw, and they're going to get a couple yards. Probably going to go hurry up here.
Yep, got it right to Eric Owens to start the drive. Love to see that. See if they go one-on-one up top on this play.
Ives going to throw it on the run. 1st down.
Wow, that was a fantastic throw. Running to his non-dominant side, running to the left, and completing a nice strike out there to Roosevelt Horton. And great catch, and looks like he gets out of bounds too, so they save the timeouts, and they're already in Titan territory at the 47.
Just a great start to this drive. You got to keep it going, and another thing is don't leave too much time for Southwest.
Yeah, we've seen that they can go down the field in one play.
Ives back to throw. Plenty of time. Deep shot. Has a man. Willie Morris. Touchdown. Will he go? Yes, he will.
Wow, what a huge play. The #1 tight end in the world. And he shows it there. Big touchdown. But again, you just mentioned don't leave too much time on the clock. There's a minute 19. You got Fletcher Gross, the top 2 wide receivers on the Titans. I mean, this is going to come down to one hell of a finish. Unbelievable.
Will he? Yes, he will, Morris, with a touchdown.
Goodness.
And we are about to have a 4-point game with a minute 19 to go. But Fletcher freaking Gross at quarterback. 3 timeouts. Blake Hursley, Tyron Trent as
Corey
the extra point is going to make it 4-point. Corey Bramlett. And don't forget Eric Bradley.
Yeah,
this,
tight end. He had a couple nice catches today.
We couldn't have drawn this up better. The best offense versus the best defense with a minute 19. One drive. All comes down to your best versus their best.
Man, I'm literally on the edge of my seat right now, just awaiting this offense to come back out on the field and see what happens. Oh, man, this is going to be such a great finish.
Poole going to take this one up to the 28. Forge asking, can I just have all the first-round picks?
Oh, my goodness. You're going to have to fight everybody else, all the other owners, all right? It's going to be like the Hunger Games. Fletcher Gross from his own 28-yard line, 1:16 to go.
4 receivers on the field for this play. Fletcher under pressure. He's going to throw it. He's going to get hit, though. And they're going to go into hurry up now. About to be under a minute to go. Plenty of time still for this offense.
And that was Bradley on the reception.
Gross. Pump fakes. Throws it. Left side. Caught!
Oh, my goodness. What a catch. What a throw. He fit that over. I don't even know who that was. Number 27. That looks like the backup free safety, Jason Benson. I'm not sure where Iwoma was on this play, but you got 2 safeties out there trying to cover one of the best players in high school. I mean, that's what a play that was. Still have all 3 timeouts, too.
Gross, yeah, like you said, all 3 timeouts. He's going to throw it out of the backfield to Rocky. And Rocky Payne going to get a first down.
And they're going to go no huddle, no timeout. This is smart. Save your timeouts.
Got to stay calm. Under 40 seconds. Gross throws sideline. Another catch, Tyron Trent.
Yeah, beautiful ball placement. I mean, there's probably a bunch of CFA scouts in the stands watching this. And I mean, this is a professional level throw. Look at that window that he fits that in on the sideline. You stop the clock again. You're already in the red zone. You still have all of your timeouts.
Gross going to throw it. Underneath, check down. That is fine because you have all your timeouts. They take one right here.
Yep, not a bad play. You pick up 1 yard. Now you call your timeout. You settle down a little bit. You draw up a perfect play. Go to the sidelines again. They have been just destroying this secondary on the sidelines. I'm not sure why we've got all these backup safeties in here, but that's something to watch out for on this play. They're probably going to test number 27, Jason Benson, again at the top of your screen.
Maybe a little tired. We'll see what they run here. Go around the top of the screen. He has him! Touchdown! Clay Kersley!
Oh my goodness. 26 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure what this coverage is. It looks like Iwoma is in zone, and Witherspoon doesn't get over in time to help out his cornerback. And my goodness, Southwest about to be up by 3 points. 26 seconds left. Raiders with 2 timeouts left. I mean, what can they do? They don't really have a deep threat unless they just chuck it deep to Willie Morse. Stanford Bond on for the extra point, and it is up, and it is good for the Titans. 38-35. Game of the week has definitely lived up to the hype here tonight. We're going to see Johnny Durango, number 30, return this kickoff. See if he can get his quarterback, Jasper Ives, in decent field position to start this drive. And not a good kick at about the 17-yard line. Durango gets it up to the 32. What can Jasper Ives do? 2 timeouts, 22 seconds left. Your best deep threat so far in this game has been your tight end. But the defense, I would expect, would, at least put 2 guys on him. Don't let him get open. So they're going to have to probably try to rely on a wide receiver, Eric Owens or Horton. Ives looking to throw, goes deep right side, and what a beautiful pass up to the 45-yard line, and the Raiders are going to call a timeout. And that is a huge pickup to number 82, Ryan Carter, the slot man, and a beautiful throw. Great touch to the outside.
Have I been muted this whole time? I'm back. Welcome. What a play there from the Raiders. Did you die?
I'm here. I'm here, partner.
You thought I died.
Yeah, nobody. I don't know if anybody could hear you. I definitely couldn't.
That's all right. But the Raiders, only down by 3. 17 seconds. Just need to get to field goal range. That's about 20-yard line for this team. Ives going to throw it.
I think.
Knocked away.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Eric Strickland, the strong safety. But, I think if the Raiders can get this ball to the 25-yard line, that might be right at the edge of Tim Markham's range. But I think the head coach would probably feel comfortable enough to let him go out there and try a 42-yard field goal to try to tie this thing up. You were muted, bro. That's okay, Forge. I did the play-by-play. I did the color. That's what I'm here for.
He's the all-around man.
Second and 10. Oh,
Ives to throw. He's going to throw it. He has his man. Breaks the tackle. They're going to take another timeout. That's their last timeout of the game. 8 seconds left.
Now, I hope they don't send on the Hail Mary unit. We've seen this happen before in this game. I want to see him come out and throw a ball to the sideline and try to get out of bounds, because from here, that's going to be around a 48-yard field goal. I just don't think there's any way that Markham can make it. That's going to be a really tough kick to make. And they are sending on Tim Markham to try to tie this up with a 47-ish yard field goal with 8 seconds.
Are we going to quarter 5 or the Titans about to knock off Southeast? Kick is up. No good. Short by 5 yards, Tim Markham.
Man, you just got to feel for that young kicker. His range is probably 45. If that was a 45-yarder, I think he could have made it. Just not enough leg. Your heart just breaks for the young guy. But what a heck of a finish here tonight, as Southwest is going to rebound after losing last week's game to South Central. And they needed this win. You don't want to go into the next week 2-3. That would have been really tough for them, especially when they're going to be hosting Pacific, who's also 3-2 going into week 6. Southeast, really tough test coming up as they travel to take on the undefeated 5-0 South Central Lions next week.
The comeback for the Raiders comes just short. Heartbreak for Southeast fans, but for Southwest fans, what a game, and what a game for us football fans. 38-35 is going to be your final score. The Titans on to 3-2. Raiders fall to 3-2. Still a wide open playoff race. No one really pulling away besides of the Lions. Reminder, with this win, a loss tonight from North Central, will lead to their elimination. Stick around for that one. Won't have commentary, but we'll be in the chat. And that's going to be North Central versus Northwest Cobras. Big game for both, but obviously a must-win for the Eagles. Look ahead of the next 2 games for these 2 teams in Week 6. For the Raiders, they have to take on the Lions, so it doesn't get any easier for them. For the Titans, they get to go home to play the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders-Lions, I mean, we might as well just book that for Game of the Week for next week. That's going to be a heck of a contest. 2 teams with the most takeaways on defense going head-to-head. Really looking forward to that. You look at the bottom right there. Fletcher Gross, 434 passing yards here tonight. Tim Markham misses 2 field goals. I mean, the one that he missed early in the game should have made it. His coach trusted him out there, sent him out to try to tie it up. Showed a lot of faith in that young man. Just didn't quite have enough leg. Really tough loss for them. Hopefully his teammates are lifting him up in the locker room, though, and let him know that it's not all on him.
Yeah, I mean, just a few more yards, and you go back to some plays on that drive. Maybe you could have gotten a few more yards. Maybe you could have gotten out of bounds, saved a timeout. But really, great game from the Raiders. Ives playing well, but Gross, 434 yards, 5 touchdowns. I think he's going to get player of the game despite the interceptions. Markham 0 of 2 on field goals, and that made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, 5 touchdowns from Gross. That's going to be tough to beat. I expect him to get the player of the game as well here.
Clay Kersley getting it. 9 catches, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns. Deserved player of the game for Clay Kersley, as it's his first player of the game of the season. And he, we know he has a long, illustrious career ahead of him, we hope. But that's going to do it here for us at the HCU Studios. I'm Hammer. He's Klein. Thanks for watching.
Take it easy, guys.